The question that I am asked pretty much every single day, sometimes several times a day, as you can imagine, is how do I get an agent? Okay, well here's the answer. Are you ready? You don't. Alright, now that's kind of flip, I admit. What do I mean by that? Believe it or not, that's kind of a true answer. Here's exactly what I mean. When I say you don't get an agent, what that means is an agent gets you. All right? Here's what you need to understand, and here's something that I did not understand for probably my first decade here in Hollywood. Okay? The way it works is this. Agents extremely rarely will take a flyer on an unproven commodity. That's just the way the business works. You could be the greatest screenwriter in the world, but as a nobody with no credits or no connections or anything like that, just going in cold off of whatever, a query letter, meeting an agent in an elevator, slipping him a script from your backpack, whatever, the chances of that happening are minuscule, like teeny, tiny. It has happened from time to time, and we all hear about those stories because it's like, wow, because it is the exception to the rule, all right? Here's the real deal. This is the way the process works. To get an agent, you need to have a passionate advocate in the business, all right? The best path to doing that is to find a manager or a producer to help you get that agent. And to have a manager or a producer to help you get that agent, that means chances are you're already getting somewhere in your writing. This is the way it works, okay? Agents do not read unsolicited material, generally, okay? Especially, top tier agents. Maybe starting agent guys who've just been promoted from an assistant and now they're on an agent's desk, now they're an agent for the first time. They might be looking for clients. They might be, still looking to get a feather in their cap or something like that. But all the guys who I interview for my columns and articles and everything like that every single month, none of them ever look at people that they don't know or haven't heard about or don't have a reputation in the business. They just simply don't have the bandwidth. These guys have anywhere from anywhere from like 40 to 80 clients that they have to service. All right, they simply do not have the time to be checking out material from newbies that could just be a waste of their time. They count on the filters that are already built into the system to make sure that the cream rises, and that when they hear about this person, when they read the screenplay, they already know it's going to be worthy of their time. And some of those filters are agents and managers. Managers and producers that act as those filters. So this is the way the system really works, okay? Managers are the way in. Producers, especially lower tier producers or guys who are scrabbling to make a movie for $500,000 to $1 million, or maybe producers who used to have a studio deal but don't anymore, those are the guys that will get you in. Especially assistants who work at those companies, because those guys are all looking for something to prove, all right? It's a manager's job to seek out and find new talent. It is not an agent's job to do that, okay? You guys get that? So you will have a lot stronger chance of getting a manager or an assistant in a manager's office to check out your screenplay, provided that you can write, a really strong log line, or, you can, really captivate them in a 30-second telephone conversation, which is probably all you're going to get. And just give them a really awesome pitch in a genre that they think they can sell. If you can do that, they may actually say, yeah, send it along, we'll take a look. And then what will happen is that assistant, who again is looking to get a feather in his cap by finding something brilliant that they can then go champion to their boss and say, look what I found, okay? That assistant will then become your passionate advocate and will hopefully get you in the door at that management company. Or maybe we'll work with you on a couple of drafts because that assistant hopes to be a manager at that management company someday himself, and will help develop that screenplay with you to the point where he can actually show it to his bosses, even if it's not there yet. Okay? Same thing with producers. Producers do the same thing. They're always looking for material to produce. Okay? They're looking for stuff that they're going to love. So finding a producer that makes the type of material that you like to write, that's a great place to start. And making sure, I can't stress the importance of this enough, making sure that your screenplay is ready to rock when it goes in is the single most important thing. I can't tell you how many times I have screwed this up and sent in a screenplay that was not ready for prime time because I had a producer who was waiting for it, or a door opened up in a management company or whatever, and I was like, ready to roll, the script is great, and I send it in only to find out, pass, and later, anywhere from whatever, 3 or 4 months or 6 months later down the line, then, I get some coverage or some feedback, and I realize, like, there's, like, problems in here that I could have fixed, and had I actually fixed them, I might have had a chance in the door. I don't have the chance anymore. The door hit me on the butt on the way out. All right? So that's kind of what we're here for here in Coverage Inc. We're here to make sure that you guys, when the door opens up, that you are ready to go with your screenplay at the most tight enough to bounce quarters off the damn thing version of it that you can possibly come up with, so that when you send it to those guys, it hits like a bomb blast. Bam! Oh my God, this is great. I have to go show this to my boss right now. As opposed to, well, it was a good idea, but the writer kind of lost his way in Act 2. Oh well. All right? So that's how you get an agent. All right? You get one of those guys, a manager or a producer, to really become passionate, become invested in the material, and they will get you the agent, because those guys have relationships. Agents trust managers and producers that they've built up relationships with, and if so-and-so from so-and-so management company calls up Joe Blow agent at UTA and says, hey, this is really good, I'm working with this writer, this is something I'm thinking of sending out, will you check it out? That agent will then read the script. Well, it'll probably still go into coverage there at the agency, but still, someone at the agency will read the script, and they'll make a note on there who sent it in to them, because agencies do that. Submitted by, boink, and if it's somebody they know, it will be given, a higher level of standing than just a over the transom send, okay? So, hopefully now this long-winded diatribe has explained to you guys how all this stuff works, and you'll be able to use it to your best advantage, okay? Don't even waste your time querying agents. Focus on managers, focus on developing your craft and your script, making sure that it is a marketable concept that the industry wants right now, and just make sure that you are ready to rock when that door opens, okay? Go for it.